Welcome to the 2020 Norristown NAACP Future Leaders event. My name is Ernie Hadrick, and I'm the chairperson for the Education Committee of the NAACP. We have had this program for the last 12 years, and it was founded by my wife, Benita Kent Hadrick, a former chairperson and a retired guidance counselor from the Norristown area school district. This program will honor the top 8th grade African American students from each middle school. A young lady and a young man from each middle school, and then when those students progress to 12th grade, we honor them again as future leader graduates. Also, a portion of our program honors the most improved students of the graduating class as designated by their counselors. Tonight's program is kind of special because of the COVID virus. We weren't able to have our traditional program at one of the churches in the community. This year, we'll be doing a drive-by presentation event, and we'll stop by the homes of each student as we give them their awards. And you don't know how rewarding this program is for our branch, to bring parents together with their families and the joy that they have seeing their students get the recognition that they deserve. In addition to our presentations, we have 2 guest speakers. One will be Dr. Yolanda Williams, Assistant Superintendent of the Norristown Area School District. And the other is Mr. Brandon Jordan, who was one of our first honorees back in 2009. And now Mr. Jordan is an accomplished lawyer in the Philadelphia area. Without further ado, we'd like to present Miss Yolanda Williams.
Yes, I'm quickly approaching the end of my second year here in the Norristown Area School District. In the role of Assistant Superintendent, I am responsible for curriculum and instruction, professional development, state assessments, and I am also the Federal Programs Coordinator, as well as doing whatever I need to do in order to support the district and move us forward. A couple of my major initiatives since I've been here include our K-2 literacy. We have been working on building a solid program to teach our children to read early on in life. Also, I have revamped the gifted program in order to support the teachers and the students in that area, and we will continue that work. And lastly, I've done a lot of things, but lastly, something that's dear to my heart, bringing in a data warehouse so that we can make data-informed decisions in the classroom and regarding how we help students. Regarding the NAACP Future Leaders Awards, that is truly an outstanding initiative to recognize young people, and especially young Black and brown children who are typically plagued by stereotypes. You see their potential, you see their gift. So I honor you, the Norristown chapter of the NAACP, for doing that for our kids. The criteria of being a high achiever and giving back to the community, that is the essence of a leader, which is to serve. So you are doing a great thing there, and kudos to those who are recipients of that award. And also your recognition of students who have improved. You see potential in them as well, and you see growth, and you recognize it, and they need that. So thank you to them for their perseverance, and all of our future leaders. Keep up the good work. Thank you to the Norristown chapter of the NAACP. Keep up the good work, and thank you so much for recognizing the good in our children.
So we're here today at the Future Scholarship Leaders Ceremony. I'm here with Principal Roth, also have Vice Principal Smith over here, Angelique Hinton, our second Vice President for the NAACP Norristown chapter, and Lieutenant Bishop. So I'm going to ask you 4 individuals just a general question, and I would like to know your thoughts, your opinions on the ceremony that we have going on here today.
I think what's happening here today is a great example of what makes Norristown special. Schools talk about community partnerships all the time. Communities always hope to have strong partnerships, but it doesn't always happen. And I think that Norristown has some deep-rooted tradition and a lot of folks who care what happens both inside and outside of the school walls. So it's a great day, and it's a great chance to recognize some great kids.
Thank you, Principal Roth. I'm going to head over to Vice Principal Smith now.
Yes, the NAACP does an excellent job of recognizing our students and the things they do educationally. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, Vice Principal Smith. Angelique Hinton, our second Vice President of the NAACP.
Hi, I think that this is a wonderful opportunity for us to reach out to our youth, who I think is definitely our future. And so I look forward to taking every opportunity to celebrate and positively reinforce what our young people are doing. So I'm excited to be a part, and so I look forward to what we're about to do.
Thank you, Angelique. And last but not least, we have Lieutenant Bishop.
Hi, I'm Lieutenant Michael Bishop of Norristown Police Department. I'm here on behalf of Chief Mark Talbot and the entire Municipality Police Department to show our appreciation, our gratitude, and thank the kids for doing such a wonderful job. Anytime that we can appreciate these kids for what they've done and what they've overcome, especially in this past several months with the COVID-19, being able to apply themselves, continue to get good grades, and strive to be our future leaders, who they are. They're going to lead our country someday. So we need to back them, we need to support them, show them our support and our appreciation, and wish them well on their way.
Thank you, Lieutenant Bishop. All right, let's get this caravan going and let's get these scholarships out. All right, so question number one, yes, if you don't mind. Question number one for Lewis Parker. Who or what was your primary motivator?
My family. More specifically so,
That's big.
you gotta be a role model, so
Definitely.
try hard.
Thank you, I appreciate that. Number two, what advice would you give to an incoming ninth grader?
So, freshman year is the easiest year. Don't flunk it. Study and get all the grades that you can, because literally, if you start off with an A freshman year, or you finish off the year with all A's, I'm not saying you can slack, but you can definitely take it easy the next 3. So, don't slack. Don't slack.
Thank you for that advice. Number three, what are your goals as you leave high school?
My goal is to be to be as successful as can be. Just there really is no set goal. Like once I accomplish something, I keep going. I like feeling that feeling of accomplishment more than once. So it don't stop for me. It don't stop for me.
You heard it here first. All great responses. Mr. Parker, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Mom, come on in. Come on in. Congratulations. I'm here with Maya Brown. Maya Brown, congratulations. Here's your scholarship from the NAACP.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I have a couple questions for you if you don't mind. All right. So I'm here with Maya Brown. First question, Maya, who or what was your primary motivator?
So my parents are definitely my primary motivators because I see how hard they work for my lifestyle, and I want to make sure that what they do doesn't go in vain.
Great, thank you. Number two, what advice would you give an incoming ninth grader?
So for freshmen, I would probably tell them not to be scared to talk to the new kids, since like their class size is like tripling. But yeah, it's those other people can be fun, and it can really make your high school career more interesting.
Great. Number three, what plans do you have after high school? What do you intend to do?
So I got accepted to Temple, and
Congratulations, Temple student over here.
I'll be doing bioengineering at that school.
Great, wonderful. Well, thank you so much for the opportunity, and congratulations again.
Thank you.
Sorry. I'm here with Mr. Salas Wharton. I'm going to ask you 3 questions. First question, what was the moment when you figured you had to adjust to get your grades to become more positive?
The moment I adjusted was when COVID hit. I knew that was going to take hard work and dedication, especially from working from home and sitting in my bed all day. So I just had to keep a strong mindset and set a schedule that reflected my regular schedule before COVID hit, and it worked out fine.
Thank you. Second question. Who or what is your primary motivator and why?
Definitely my parents.
Okay.
Coming from both of them, coming from single parent households, and just like working really hard, and they're still facing adversity to this day, but they still work through it every time, and it's a strong positive reflection for me to see it, and I'd like to be them when I grow up one day.
Thank you. Last question. What are your plans for after high school?
I plan on attending Temple University, majoring.
Temple University, give it up, y'all. Go House.
Majoring in computer science, and hopefully I can become a successful computer scientist and be able to provide for my family one day.
Perfect. There you have it, y'all. Mr. Silas Wharton. I'm here with Austin Montgomery, our first scholarship recipient. So, Austin, I got 3 questions for you. First question is, what motivated you to succeed and graduate college? What was that trigger that made you want to switch from what you were doing into something more positive?
What really made me want to switch and change up and really better myself was the fact that I wanted to be successful in life, and I wanted to follow my track and field career, and I knew the only way I could do that was by being successful in school and bettering myself.
Thank you for that. Second question I have for you is, what was your, or who was your primary motivator?
Mostly my family, my coaches. They motivated me to change and do better. So, yeah.
You hear that, coaches? Y'all play a big role.
Yeah.
Number 3, what are your goals after you leave high school?
Well, I'll be attending South Plains College in Texas.
Yeah.
Doing it big.
Yeah, I'll be running track there. I plan to major in physical therapy. I want to be a physical therapist one day.
Nice, okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Montgomery.
Thank you.
Appreciate the time.
Thank you.
Congratulations again.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Give it up for Mr. Montgomery. Mom, where's Mom at? Congratulations for the NAACP. Congratulations. I'm here with Isaiah Tucker. Isaiah Tucker, my first question for you. What was the moment where it snapped and you wanted to improve from what you were doing before?
Beginning of senior year, seeing my sisters and other family members go off to college and making better choices in their life, I just wanted to do that too and be a part of that.
Thank you. And who or what was your primary motivator?
My mom, because she was a teacher and now she's a therapist. She tutors kids, and I want to be a part of that when I get older, help out with that, and help out in the community.
You heard it here. Teachers, counselors, therapists. Number 3, what are your goals after high school?
To attend a secondary school and be better at sports and life and stuff, and just all around better person.
Which school do you plan on attending?
Del Valle University.
Del Val, let's give it up. Mom, Dad, where you at? I'm here with Jaheim Williams. Jaheim, our first question, what was the motivator that made you want to change your grades and make them more positive grades?
I guess it's a fear of failure. I don't come from a losing culture. Our family's made of winners. We never settle for less, and I knew that. My auntie talked to me, my family's talked to me, and I had to get myself on the right path.
Thank you. Thank you. Second question, who or what motivated you and why?
I'm blessed to have a great support system when it comes from school, the great Norristown, Roosevelt teachers. I got my auntie, I got my uncle. I'm blessed to have them to push me and keep me in the right path, get me out of the nonsense and drama. I ain't got time to be sitting here wasting my intelligence and stuff. So I guess that motivated me.
Right. Last question. What are your plans after high school?
I want to go to college for journalism. That's my goal. You know, Stephen A. Smith, that's my idol. I want to be like him. I want to be able to wake up every morning, start people's day, and talk about sports, which I really love.
Which university are you going to?
I think we have to start at Monco, but we'll see where it goes from there.
Give it up for Jaheim Williams, y'all.
This is one of our most improved students for this year. This young man was our first most improved student in 2009. Brandon, why don't you tell these folks what you do now?
I'm a defense lawyer in the city.
Amen. Did you hear what he said? Put that man's down.
I'm a defense lawyer in Philadelphia.
And you haven't seen the last of him. When we get the video out, Brandon's gonna be a big part of that. Okay? Thank you, Brandon, for coming out. My name is Ernie Hadrick. I'm on the executive committee of the NAACP here in Norristown. And right now we're in the midst of doing our Future Leaders program, and we have a special guest with us today, Mr. Brandon Jordan. And Mr. Jordan is one of our first honorees back in 2009 when he was in high school here in Norristown. And we're very excited about what he has done in his career. He's now an attorney, but we want to reflect for him for a little bit and go back to high school and ask Mr. Jordan how did you make out in high school? What was your experience in Norristown High School?
Well, I think my story starts a little bit before high school. Back in even elementary school, didn't do as well behavior-wise. I was getting in trouble, suspended, in school suspensions. And then once I got to high school, it was always a goal of mine to go to college. And I was a little ignorant of the different things that you needed to do to go to college, such as have a good GPA. And it wasn't until after the first year where we got our transcript and everybody was going over the GPAs that they got. I'm like, what are you guys talking about? So they pointed to mine and it was a 3.1. I'm like, oh, wow. I was like, well, I wasn't even trying.
Right.
And I was still up there with a few of my fellow classmates. So I tried to strive really hard, especially since I discovered that GPAs matter. I ended up graduating with around a 3.56. So that was kind of my transition to improving myself in school, not getting suspended, and just trying to better myself.
Well, if you had to give any advice to high school students today, knowing the way the world is today, what advice would you give them?
I'll say don't get comfortable. Don't get comfortable with no's, and don't get comfortable with the place that you're in right now. You'll hear more no's than you hear yeses, and just use that as motivation to keep going. When a teacher or guidance counselor tries to limit you, don't let them. Go beyond it. Whatever you manifesting in your mind that you think you can do, go for it.
Wow. Well, after high school, and you got your GPA together, where'd you go from there?
I went to University of Pittsburgh at Johnstown.
Okay, how was that experience?
That experience was a little different, especially being on the western side of Pennsylvania. And kind of my rationale for that was I wanted to get away from Norristown so I wouldn't be distracted. Because I didn't want to go to certain schools, which felt to me was like high school part 2.
Right.
And I didn't want to get distracted. But in-state tuition, I also wanted to stay in state. So farthest I could go, I ended up settling on Johnstown.
Well, when did you have the desire to be an attorney?
Ever since I was young, kindergarten. I was always aware of the civil rights era. And although the protests was phenomenal and a big part of the movement, the things that happened inside the courtroom, especially with Thurgood Marshall, those things that was happening inside the courtroom have brought a lot of the change that we see today, even though we have much more to go. But some of the changes that we have today was as a result of what happened in the courtroom.
You were telling me when we chatted that you were involved in the trial practice program here at the school and that competition. Why don't you explain that to us?
So with the high school mock team, the mock trial team, there was a few, I think about a mixture of freshmen, sophomore, juniors, and seniors. Most of the newcomers played witnesses, as the upperclassmen played was attorneys. And that experience helped a lot in me really wanting to cement myself into going to law school. It was a great experience. We went through tournaments here, and that whole experience of putting on a case from start to finish, practicing the late hours, the weekends. It was a really encouraging experience for me.
I knew some of the students who were involved in that program as well, and I know it was something exciting that they were doing, especially a competitive piece. They were going against other high schools, I guess, in the area, maybe even around the state, that competition.
Right.
State competition.
And that was a nice thing too, especially being in Norristown and going against schools that had more resources, going against schools where those students were used to their parents or their family being lawyers. So it wasn't too unfamiliar to them, but for us being able to come in as underdogs, no matter how we did in the competition, it was still fulfilling for us to go against them.
Wow. In law school, I see a lot of organizations, and you seem to be highly motivated into helping people and working with different organizations. Why don't you sort of lay that out to us?
So my motivation for that was really the job market. There's things, especially as a Black man, we have to be extraordinary when our peers can be mediocre. And for me to not go to law school and not have resources such as like family members who are lawyers or in a law firm, and kind of being a first, I had to do my best to make myself presentable to the market. When I went to school, most of my classmates, I'll say probably about 80%, already had a job in place before graduating. And so for me, it was all about how do I make myself presentable that when I go out there without any resources, how can I get myself hired?
Wow. And that motivated you to get involved with different activities outside the classroom.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, Brandon, if you could wrap it up, if you've already told us what you think about what students should do and how they should be connected and do their best in high school, just looking at these young future leaders that you experienced, are honoring them last week, and you're going to do that tonight. What advice would you have to them? Some of them are doing quite well, and what would you advice would you give to them?
I think to keep going. For this award that we gave out the other week for the most improved student, and what you were telling me about the young men and women, their stories and what they went through, I think it's remarkable that they have went through things that most of their classmates haven't gone through, and for a few that have, they're the select chosen who has overcome those things, those experiences, and they should really take that with them. The Most Improved Student Award is something that I still hold to my heart when I go, because it was recognition that my decision to make something of myself didn't go overlooked. And that's not easy when you have a class of over 400 or 500 students. So, I mean, they should really take this and motivate them to go to the next step. When you go to college, you're on a new leaf. No one knows you. No one knows your background story. Your records don't follow you too much. So it's a time that you can really start over and make something of yourself.
Well, Brandon, thank you. Thank you for coming back and giving us some motivation, giving these young people some motivation, and as well as us who are trying to guide them. And we appreciate you coming back, and thank you so much.
Oh, my pleasure.
Sure. Thank you so much.
Come on. So can you tell me how you're feeling right now?
I'm excited. I didn't even know the NAACP existed, but I'm happy I got it. I work hard every day because of my mother and father and all my friends, and for the people that were sick like me who had cancer and homeless.
All right, there you go. All right, here you go. Yeah.
Give it up one time. Give it up one time, y'all. Thank you, Kenwar. So who or what motivated you to become a successful student?
Mostly my mother, father, and my whole family, but since people Assist everybody that had cancer and people that are homeless. I had ideas how I could help them.
Great. Thank you. Give it up, y'all. So, second question. What are you looking forward to as you enter high school?
What I'm looking forward to as I enter high school is to go into the robotic club, the STEM club, science, technology, mathematics, and tech. So I can't wait to do that at Landale Catholic. And the other thing I'm looking forward to in high school is learning actual life lessons. In middle school and in elementary school, I learned lots of things, but I want to try and learn real life problems and help with it.
There you go. All right.
Last question. Do you have any specific goals as you enter high school?
Specific goals is that I work harder, get stronger, and learn new things. Also, learn how to code.
Okay, there you go. All right, there you go. All right.
Naima, can you tell us how you're feeling right now?
I'm kind of shook. I didn't expect it. I mean, I didn't know I was gonna get this. It's kind of it. I'm very surprised. I didn't think it was that noticeable in school.
Well, we definitely noticed you for your hard work.
Yes.
Naima, who or what motivated you to become a successful student?
Mostly it's just my teachers. They were always, supporting me no matter how I was feeling. They always tell me keep it up. Even during quarantine, my teachers are sending me videos and such. So it kind of just, motivated me to keep up the good work.
Do you have any teachers you want to shout out specifically?
I want to shout out Mr. Parrish for always being a good person and overall just being a fun guy. It makes class better.
Shout out to Mr. Perch. What are you looking forward to as you enter high school?
I'm looking forward to just, expanding my knowledge on different lessons. Even if I don't like them, it's still better for my future. So I want to get into different things.
Thank you. And do you have any specific goals as you enter high school?
Not at the moment. I mean, yeah, keep my grades up. Keep my grades up. That's for sure. I'm trying to keep all my grades high. Not trying to drop many things. Try to get as many things as I can. Just trying to have a good high school life so far.
Okay. Thank you. Appreciate that. One more time, let's give it up for Naima, y'all. Mama Do, how do you feel right now? Can you tell us about that?
Very nervous. Yeah, kind of excited too.
Excited?
Yeah.
Thank you. So my first question, Mama Do. My first question is who or what motivated you to become a successful student?
Probably my parents and mostly my teachers because I just felt like I needed to try my best.
Great. It's okay, he's a little nervous. Second question, what are you looking forward to most in high school?
Probably meeting new people and just trying new things and doing a couple of different classes that I think might help.
Any specific classes?
I'm thinking of going with psychology.
Psychology? Okay. And could you tell me a little bit more about your goals as you enter high school?
First of all, I really want to work hard. Okay. And I want to learn more about personal financing.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Mama Do. All right, let's give it up, y'all. Tamara, can you explain to us how you feel right now?
I feel very excited that I got this award out of everybody in my 8th grade class.
She's excited that she got the award, y'all. All right. Thank you, Tamara. Who or what motivated you to become a successful student?
Just like my mom and my sister and
Mom, sis, let's give it up for y'all.
Yeah.
Thank you. And what are you looking forward to as you enter high school?
just more fun.
It's a family affair.
Thank you. And do you have any specific goals in high school?
To get good grades and
Okay. Great, y'all. Let's give it up one more time for Tamara. Give it up, y'all. Give it up, y'all. Give it up, y'all. Congratulations!
No.
can you tell me how you feel right now?
I'm very happy. When my teacher told me that I was nominated for it, I was really happy. And then when she told me that I got it, I felt good because I got something that actually told me to me.
Thank you. And Brianna, who or what motivated you to become a successful student?
My teachers and my parents, because they helped me through school. And my teachers never let me get away with a minimum. They always push me to do better.
Thank you. Second question, what are you looking forward to as you head into Norristown High School?
Well, I'm going to Renaissance, but I want to achieve as much as I can, and I want to do the best that I can.
Perfect, thank you. Last question, what are your goals as you enter Renaissance?
I want to be known there, and I want to get high grades so that I can go to college.
Great, thank you. Do you have any idea on which college you would like to attend?
I wanted to attend Johns Hopkins.
Give it up, y'all, give it up!
That's yes! Because I want to be